Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I am thrilled to introduce our guest, Kendra Prevost, a realtor with Avignon Realty, and she's the founder of KP Real Estate Group. So, welcome, Kendra.
Hey, Chi, how you
Yeah,
doing?
good, good.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. Thank you for saying yes. And I want to, say a little bit more about you, okay, and what you have accomplished over the years. So you are originally from St. Louis, Missouri, and you have earned your doctorate of pharmacy from Xavier University on an academic scholarship in 1999. And then after moving to Dallas, Texas, you worked in various pharmacy settings from retail to homeopathic. In 2021, Kendra, you and your husband founded Prebo Enterprises LLC and purchased your first rental property with about 50% loan to value, igniting your passion for real estate. And over 15 years, you and your husband have built a portfolio of 12 rental properties valued at over $1 million, all acquired with no money down. Incredible. So mm, Kendra's hands-on experience led to the creation of KB Real Estate Group, where her attention to detail, client dedication, and investment expertise set her apart in the real estate market. She has two children, a junior accounting major in Florida A&M University and a senior at Bishop Lynch High School in Dallas. She is committed to meeting your real estate needs, backed by her dedication to integrity and client satisfaction. And we invited, you here today, Kendra, to share really like how do you do that as far as providing integrity and client satisfaction to your clients. So please welcome Kendra Provost.
Prevost, yay! Hi,
Evo,
Chi, how you doing?
correct me if I,
That's
mispronounced
okay. That's
your
okay. People do it
your
all the time. That's
your
okay.
last name. Wow, you have accomplished quite a bit.
Oh, thank you, Chi.
Yes, yes, you're welcome. And just to start off, really, like what inspired you? Like I know I share a little bit about what really ignited your passion to go into real estate, but is there anything you want to add to it as far as like what what have you start a career in real estate and how long have you been in this industry?
Okay, so what inspired me originally, I started off as an investor. I never thought I would be a realtor. So just I really like fixing up houses. That's how we started out. And so it's actually very fun. I mean, it's a lot of problems that you incur when you flipping houses and fixing them up. Problems come up all the time. And I like problem solving. That's something I really, really like doing. And so that was something I was like as a hobby. I like that. But as far as the career concerned, actually your brother Van is who inspired me to get my license because he was fixing up a house, I believe, in Plano. And at the time, I was working at a hospital in Dallas, and he had just finished fixing up a house. He was doing a flip, and I wanted to come by and look at the house, and he met me over there. And I was like, I asked Van, I was like, do you ever wish you were still an engineer? And he was like, no. And I was like, you don't? And he was like, no. He's like, I love what I do. I really like real estate. And he told me what happened as far as with the telecom corridor, how everything had kind of like shut down and he had got laid off. And he was just talking to me about real estate. Now he really, really enjoys real estate. And I really did too. So that actually is the first time I actually considered a career in real estate. Just thinking that because I didn't want to think like I gave up my career in as a pharmacist because I was making good money. I mean, I'm like, why would I do that? Like, why would I give up my career? But I learned how to balance the two. So I'm still a pharmacist, but I still, able to do something I really am passionate about. Is real estate.
Wow. That is
Mhm.
really, I mean, that is really beautiful. that you're
Mhm.
to still keep, your job as a pharmacist, right? And also, like you said, do what you're passionate about. And not too many people can actually be able to balance that, right? Be able to have a full-time job and then, or let's say you're having it all. Uh, that's what it sounds like. And I didn't know that that's how you started in real estate as far as like getting your license is meeting my brother. It's always
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
interesting to find out like where he meet people. Like I
Yeah.
hear he would meet people, like you said, through flipping houses or at when he's playing basketball or college. It's just I'm learning like where all the people in our team are, like where he met them, right?
Mm. Right, right.
Very
Mhm.
interesting. All right, so
Mhm.
thank you for, sharing with us a little bit about like how you got started in this career. And now can you tell me a little bit specifically about the practice that you use to actually that you believe to be the key success in meeting your clients' needs? Like what are those practices that have you be successful?
Customer service, I feel like the very minimum thing you can do that nobody else does is if you say you're going to do something, just do it. So if I say I'm going to call you back, I call you back. If I say I'm going to schedule an appointment, I'm going to schedule an appointment. If I say we're going to go look at houses on Wednesday, we're going to look at houses on Wednesday. If
Mm,
I say you're going to have the contract today by 5, you're going to have the contract today by 5. If I say you're going to have a list of properties to look at today, or latest tomorrow morning, I'm gonna do that. Everything I tell you, I'm gonna actually do. And that's what I think people have always respected about me. I would get offended if somebody called me back and said, "Hey, what happened to those properties?" or "What happened to this?" or what I mean, because that's what I really do put a lot of emphasis on giving you my word, and that's to me exceptional customer service because people don't do that anymore. People do not pay attention to what they tell their customers, and therefore they always end up dropping the ball. So for me, I want to hold myself at a very professional standard. So I try to give. Now I might not be, the friendliest person or the cheeriest person. But one thing about me, I'm going to work hard for my client and I'm going to answer my phone and give them outstanding customer service.
mm. Wow. I love what you're pointing to, which is what what you're committed to, which is integrity, right?
Mhm,
And to me, integrity is about your word and your follow through, right?
mhm,
And that is huge because like if you were pointing to if your client cannot count on you to follow through and actually do what you said, then there's a loss of trust, right?
mhm,
Like I know when I say something that I don't do, I start losing trust in my ability to actually accomplishing things, right? And not only that, others, right? Others lose trust in
mhm,
us, right? So that is so cute. I love what you are bringing as a practice is following through, being your word, and your client, when you say something, they know that that's going to happen, right? And of
mhm,
course, we all are not going to be 100% all the time being able to follow through, but at least, I don't know, for me, I practice honoring my word, which is to let people know, oh, I can't do this, but I can do it another time. Like, so
mhm,
they know where I stand. So I love that practice, and to all of the realtors out there, take this practice, steal it from Kendra because I've seen, like you said, it just I mean I used to be very casual with my word, right? And
mm,
and my friends would tell me that, oh my God, you would tell me you would go somewhere with me, and then you don't even call me, you don't even tell me. And so
mm,
my friends end up stop inviting me, right? And then I really, through over 10 years of personal growth and development, I discovered that our power is in our word and follow through. So again, thank you for being a leader and being someone who demonstrate what it is to follow through, what it is to provide integrity in your work and be professional. So I really love that.
Thank
Anything
you.
else you want to add to that?
Yeah, that's the main thing. I think I separate myself also with a lot of realtors because I actually want to serve my clients like and get their needs serviced pretty fast. Like I pride myself on if you tell me you ready to buy a house, like I'm serious, I'm gonna tell you, you might have a house in 30 days. Like I'm gonna look everywhere for a house. I'm not gonna take it very casually if you are really serious about buying or if you're really serious about selling. I'm going to be very aggressive in our strategies on selling a property. So those things I think that people appreciate nowadays instead of having, to wait on people, I'm kind of like waiting on them, like, come on.
Yes.
So, that's something I like to do. And I think it comes from my background as a pharmacist. Like we always like in a rush, like it's always like we have to do everything fast. People waiting for this drug, waiting for this. So like I'm used to working in high pressure situation and time constraints. So I kind of carried that over into real estate.
Mm. Yeah, because I mean, real estate is a high pressure, right? It's because sometimes you do need to, if it's a multiple offer
Mhm.
situation, you got to get that offer in,
Mhm.
right? And
Mhm.
you need to move quickly. So
Mhm.
it sounds like pharmacy and real estate goes hand in hand with the same practice. Right? High pressure, getting it done, really great. And
Mhm.
so it was something you said earlier that I want to go back to, which is that like some of the best coaches that I ever had, they are not necessarily nice or friendly, but they're straight. They get the job done. They
Yes,
tell
ma'am.
you, yeah. So I love that you have that practice, right?
Mhm.
Because to me, like one of my coaches said to me, the scariest people in the world is the nice people because you never know where you stand with them because they're always nice. Even though when they're not, they have something going on, they still nice. So you don't know where you stand with them, but then they don't call you and,
That's true.
So
That's true.
I love that you are, it's not necessarily you're being a jerk about things or
Mhm.
you being mean to people or nasty, but it's just like you are being straight with people, you're getting things done, right?
Mhm.
And I think to me that is a powerful practice. Be straight with people. People know where they stand with you. They know when you're angry. They know when you're upset. They know when you mean business. They know when you want to get things done, right?
Mhm, mhm,
And I know yesterday when you were in one of our trainings and I mean, you say something to me that was like literally, I was like, oh my God, when you work with a builder at the end of towards the walkthrough, you were able to clear up all the items, right?
mhm,
And that's really unusual. Like I
mhm,
would say that it takes someone who is a freaking bold and getting things done to be able to get all those items clear off, right? So
mhm,
for buyers who are buying a new home, I mean, that's huge that they can actually go to the closing and know that all the things that need to be fixed gets fixed, right? Not still working like me. I'm still working with the builder after 2 years of moving into my home.
mm. Yeah, no, I just had a client who closed a couple weeks ago. It was a new home in Melissa. And I don't know what happened, but when they built the house, everything was dry. It was regular land. For
Mm,
some reason, this lake, it looked like a lake, popped up behind her house. Like it's just water from everywhere. And she first brought it to my attention a month before. Now, this house had been on the contract since October, the lot.
mm,
And a month before we're about to close, she brought it to my attention like it's not draining. What is this? Because it came out of nowhere.
mhm,
And I mean, it was big. And we got an inspector. I kept asking them about it, and they were talking about it had something to do with the city gas line. So maybe the city gas line was messed up and it needed to be repaired, but it wasn't the builder's fault,
Mm,
supposedly.
mhm,
So, I mean, it was huge, this amount of water,
mhm,
but it was outside of my client's property. It wasn't even her property, but it was backing up to her fence. So it
mm,
was water behind her fence in a a HOA controlled green space, because she bought a premium lot. There was a green space, but it was just water sitting there. And so after for the beginning, I saw her coming. I was like, okay, is it gonna go away? Then after I noticed wasn't gonna go away, I became very aggressive. I became very aggressive with the builder, very aggressive with the sales agent. And I basically told them, this is a month before closing. This must be fixed. Along with these other things, there was a couple of things with her in the inside. Things were missing, things were not there, had to be in place before we closed.
mm,
And it was a big deal. Like, he had to go way up the chain, because this is a thousands of dollar thing they had to fix, because it was really not their land.
mm,
And they put all kind of irrigation systems. They put horizontal, vertical, and they actually had to spread the cost over. It was so expensive that it had to spread the cost over 3 of her neighbors' houses to be able to justify all this irrigation system that had to be built. They had to be built underneath and flow out to the street, all this water. Anyway, it was a big deal. And they did it. They did it 5 days. They finished the project 5 days before closing, along with everything else. It is my thing where I have never had a client unless you didn't do an inspection. I always encourage my clients, new home builders, to get an inspection. If you did an inspection, every single item on that inspection, since I have become an agent, has been fixed, repaired, replaced before we close. I've never had a time. I've had people take out walls before we moved in, not put in walls, redo whole plumbing. Do so many things. I even my own house, they had built my patio wrong, like it was like a dip or something like that. They had already poured the concrete. I had an inspection and they had to break up all the concrete and do it over.
mm.
That's one thing that I feel like the builders are, think they have an advantage, because, you're waiting on the house and all that. Me, I take it like you are giving them your money. So we're going to fix everything. If it's anything outstanding, it's something we didn't know about, but anything that we know about, it needs to be fixed. So that's my strategy.
Well, I mean, it's what I hear is that you care, you care that, well, not only for you, for your clients to be able to get the home that they pay for. And
Right.
it's like they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Mhm.
half a million
Mhm.
up to 1 million. I mean, nowadays the average home is about half a million, right,
It
in
is.
the area.
Mhm.
And it's a lot
Mhm.
of money. And
Mhm.
all these things are you just committed and you care that they get what they pay for. I mean, not
Exactly.
like they're trying to ask for something more than what they pay for. You are
Mhm.
just like, these things are not working. Repairs need to be made, right? This is what they pay
Mhm.
for. Just like when we go and buy a brand new car, we are expecting to get a brand new car, not a car that has like 10 different repairs that need to be done. So a home needs to be the same, right?
Right. Right. Mhm.
We're
Mhm.
not going to get that car. I'm not going to buy that new car if it has like 10 repairs or 20 repairs.
Exactly.
I don't know what is going on with the world of new homes. Like it seems
And they
like
make you sign a contract now. I was looking at the closing document. It says, even though these items might not be repaired, even though your home might not be finished. And I was like, when they start putting that stuff my client didn't have anything that was outstanding, but now they're writing it in the contract, in the closing documents, that the house is not finished.
wow. Yeah. It's just exactly. So I really love that you're pushing through for what your buyers are paying for.
Mhm.
It's not
Mhm.
like you're giving the builder a hard time or anybody a hard time. It's just you're just committed to your buyer getting the house that they pay for
Mhm.
hundreds of the
Mhm.
thousands of dollars, right?
Mhm.
Um, right, really great. And you just gave us an example of how you can successfully navigate challenging situation, right?
Mhm.
Is there another example you want to share about like a challenging situation with either working with a buyer or seller and you were able to navigate it successfully? I think you gave us that example as far as the their draining system
Right.
it's like,
Well,
is
I
there
mean, we had a situation one time, not necessarily with a new home builder, but I had a client that bought a house from an investor, and we had an extensive repair list. Like it was a lot of they didn't want to give concession,
mm,
not that much. They wanted to repair everything.
mhm,
So, but the list was long. I mean, it was very long. And one of them included to repair or replace some broken ceramic tile, but I had put it in the contract that it had to be repaired. So when you put things in the contract, not the addendum, but the contract, the bank sees that too.
mm,
So, uh, so that was challenging because they could not find the towel. They tried to give a concession. You can't really give a concession for something that's in the contract. So, in the end, they end up having to replace a lot of tile because they couldn't find the exact tiles that were broken. I
mm,
mean, that benefited my client a lot. They got brand new tile in the kitchen, really. But
mm,
I mean, I mean, so that was another. I did that on purpose, though. They didn't catch it. The agent, when I put it in the contract, they didn't catch that I put that in the contract. They just signed the contract, but they didn't but I knew what I was doing when I
mm,
put it in there. So, I mean, but it's been many times we've dealt grand homes. It doesn't matter, like up to $1 million house. I've had them start all over on so many things. We had went up to, I mean, we've gone up to corporate offices. I mean,
mm,
so, because I had a house, it was $1 million house built by Grand Homes, and my client actually was a builder. So it was so many intricate things that he would point out. And we had to go all the way up to the top because Grand Homes didn't want to do the right thing. Because a lot of people, if you're not educated in that, you don't know what's the right way to build a house. But he knew extensively because he built houses. So I mean, I can give a lot of examples, but my whole point is that every single time that builder has always, if you put the time, like the time frame has to be before closing, they gonna do
mm.
it.
Yeah. So what I hear from you is you're willing to do whatever it takes, right, to make sure that your client, even in situation where you need to go all the way up to the chain of communication, right? But you're willing to do that. And not that many realtor is going to willing to do that, to go all the way up the chain of communication in a company to get something done. So I hear that you go above and beyond and to make sure your clients get what they need and what they pay for. So
Mhm.
so that's really, really, really amazing. And so my next question to you is that how do you measure client satisfaction? And could you share some feedback you received that you're particularly proud of from your clients?
I used to do videos. So like after every closing, I would have a client do like a recap video of how their experience was with me. And would you refer me to the client? I used to do that early on. I
Mm,
don't do that anymore. But the way that I know a client has been taken care of is just that we still on good terms. I've closed for family, friends, close friends, and we're still close.
mm,
Actually, we become closer after I take care of their purchase or I sell their home. I mean, we talk, they invite me to things, I invite them to things. So once you don't fall out with people and you a relationship is good, you don't necessarily have to do. I used to do those testimonies when I was first starting out, but I already know that we are in good terms because of, they send me referrals. They try to help my business. They try to help me. They keep me informed of what is going on in their life. So that's how I pretty much gauge if they were satisfied with my services.
Right, wonderful. And I know, like, when you just recently you came to, Van, who is your broker, and you had a couple clients who are not satisfied, and you were like going all the way to the extensive, like, what happened here? What
Right.
what is the situation here that I can turn things around? So I know that you really care about not only for your client to get their home they want, but if something happened, because there's so many moving parts, right? Loan,
Mhm,
title, inspection, appraisal,
mhm,
and builder involved, and if there's something going on with electrical, plumbing, there's just so many parties involved. And I know that you're someone who, if there's something that the client's not satisfied with, you go to the all the way to the end to see what had happened, how you can reconcile it. So
mhm,
thank you for being that kind of realtor to your client. And you care, you period,
mhm.
you care.
Right, right, I
So,
do. Mhm,
thank you for really being someone who is really committed to your work, right? And this is huge. This, to me, buying a home or selling a home is a very complex, type of like, what is it, purchase or selling? It's very complex, right? And we need people who actually know what they're doing, and we need people who care, right? Who is going to actually go above and beyond and get the home that our clients want to sell, at the price that they want to sell at, and the buyer they want to sell it to, or the home that they want to, move into, their dream home, right?
mhm,
And since
mhm.
it's a really big investment. So, so thank you for sharing with me about, like, a little bit about your client satisfaction. And so now, the real estate market is always changing, right? Interest rates are going up and down, inventory are going up and down. And so can you share with me, like, particularly right now with all the things that going on with the NAR lawsuit settlement, right? And the changes are coming in. Like, so how do you effectively navigate, through all these circumstances that comes up as a realtor?
I do participate in a lot of the webinars people are giving right now to stay up to date on the changes. I attend live. I like to attend like a lot of live CEs.
Mm,
Actually, I was trying to go. I think I might go to one a day. I don't know. I'll see. But in person, I still go to Metrotex, the new office in Irving, and I go to class.
mm,
I really like going and educating myself about my profession. Like it's always a lot to learn. Um, Things are always changing, new ways of doing things, and you can learn from each other. And I don't mind learning. So I'm not stuck in my ways. We know there's a lot of changes. I've actually always been doing a buyer rep agreement. I'm trying to figure out when did we not do a buyer rep agreement. So I don't know if they knew we always do a buy rep agreement, but I've always done that for any client. So even though it's a lot of change, it's kind of confusing because it's like we've been doing this, but okay. Um, so we're adapting and I'm ready to see, what's gonna happen actually at the end of all of this. Is it gonna go back to how it used to be? Because I can see problems already
mm.
where you can have discrepancies, um, just a lot of problems. So we'll see.
Yes, we will see, right? And that is, and that is what, like, as buyers and seller out there, is that like, not too many, I've been working with realtor, and not too many realtor actually use a written buyer tenant representation agreement, and you do it. So And so I acknowledge you for doing that because, like you said, we have been required, right, to go over the information about broker services and go over the type of representation, but not the days of like express or imply representation where you don't have anything written down. Those days are gone. So it's really good that you are already practicing having a written agreement. So now the transition should be very that's what you were saying. I was like, what
Mhm,
happened? It's like
mhm.
we needed to do that anyway before. So so that's really I acknowledge you for doing that because many realtors don't. They usually just work off of like verbally or imply people's action demonstrating that they want to work with them far as buyers, right?
And
Um,
I appreciate you updating because, like, a question came in yesterday. I was just listening. Like, what if the builder offers 4% and yours says 3%? Like you say, you just amend the agreement. That happens all the time. When you have a change in commission structure, you amend it
mhm.
based on the change. I
Yep.
mean, because like sometimes it's 2%, sometimes it's 1%, sometimes it's 3. I mean, it changes. So you have to amend it. I mean, I don't know.
You do, you do. It's all as long as the buyer is in
Mhm,
alignment, right? And there's clarity in the change. Like I said, we there's always everything can be worked out in in the a conversation, right? Which is really great that we can amend the commission if it's less or more like
mhm,
that. So
mhm,
uh,
mhm.
so now I have a new question for you. What role does technology play in your service delivery? And are there any specific tools that you rely on to enhance clients' communication or satisfaction?
Okay, so technology. I need to get more into chat GPT and sending automated messages. That's one thing I do want to do.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm not really familiar with chat GPT. Um, as far as technology, I pretty much just use social media is my main source that I communicate with my clients through. Facebook is my number one communication tool. I know a lot of people don't use Facebook, they use Instagram, but I'm not really on Instagram really for now. I do record videos on Instagram, but people contact me on Facebook. I never had anybody contact me on Instagram about anything real estate related, but they do see me on Facebook, and because I have Facebook ads that I run all the time. And so I do get likes on my videos. Like I actually want to record 4 videos today. I'm trying to upload um eh, onto Facebook to get my ads back.
Mhm.
You know, when you make a new video, it gets people back re-engaged. If you have the same video, people just pass it by. But if you put out new content, new videos, so that's pretty much what I've been doing. That's the tools that I use. Facebook is a great tool to use. I want to use Google more. I don't really understand the Google ads that much because I have a Google ad campaign, but I don't see any benefit from them. But I know people that say that Google is a good source of generating traffic to your website. So and that's what I want to do is the people to call me. So I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah. But you are definitely one of the very few people that I know that actually are very on top of like using social media, right? Or using different platforms to generate clients. I mean, I keep hearing from realtors that that's where they generate a lot of their clients is through
Hmm.
social media, like Facebook,
Hmm.
Instagram, TikTok, right?
Hmm.
Um, so it sounds like you're using technology that actually works. So keep doing that, all right?
Hmm.
And I know that you always looking for ways to generate, clients, right? Through leads, through the different portal and platform, and you are very generous in sharing what works, what doesn't work, including like Facebook ads. Like you're going to look into Google ads, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
so um, Because that's where most people are nowadays coming in. Like, there's a lot of people I don't call, but I go into Facebook and check in to see how they're doing, you know?
Mhm, 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 mhm,
Right?
mhm,
And then I'm one of those people where I just look and I don't say anything, you know? Okay, I got it. They're on vacation right now, you know? They're in Paris. So I wanna know where they are, just go into Facebook and look, okay? But I'm not gonna
mhm.
say anything. I just look. But there's a lot of people like me, right? Where we
Mhm,
just go, we look and see what's going on with people, but you might
mhm,
not know, but they do, right?
mhm, mhm.
You check in, and use social media quite a bit. So now, another questions I have for you is that what kind of ongoing professional development do you engage in to ensure that you are at the top of your field? Because you did share earlier about taking online courses. Anything else you want to add to it?
Yeah, I listen to a lot of the coaching, the free YouTube coaches. They have these internet YouTube real estate coaches. I listen to what they say. I'm not paying. I think one coach was like $10,000 a month for a coach, and I utilize Chi. Chi is my real estate coach right now. She's helping me get something going here. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Avignon has a very good coaching program. As far as accountability is concerned, me and Chi meet on a regular basis. I tell her what I'm doing, what I'm not doing. I'm trying to stay focused, Chi, but the real estate market, I don't know what to say. My client, now he called me yesterday, the same client that told me he was gonna put his house on the market. He called me yesterday and said he's 2 days away, but he said that 2 months ago. So we'll see if that happens.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so Avignon has a good coaching program where you can meet with a coach. She is very helpful in setting goals, very positive, because you might not yourself might not be that positive, but she will make you be positive and saying that you can attain these goals, these high goals up here. So yes, that's what I do for professional development. And also I do, like yesterday I did attend a chamber event
Mm,
where I met a lot of professionals, the Direct Connect in Garland. So
mm.
I met, and that kind of keeps you on your toes because you're speaking, you're introducing yourself, you're being professional, you're talking about your business and what you can offer. So I do like going to those to really put myself out there. Not necessarily, hopefully to gain a client, but also just give you more practice speaking in front of people. So,
Really good. But,
mhm,
and you are someone that not everyone is like this. Not everybody is interested in their growth and development, and you are. You are someone who's willing to learn from others, who's willing to, take, certain things from people and learn from people. So I love that you are that kind of person because that's is what is going to take you to places that you want to go to as far as your level of service and commitment and performance, right?
mhm.
Um, I'm ongoingly getting coaching and being coached.
Okay, okay.
So too, right? As far because I know that if like I will stop and growing if I'm not willing to be open to learning from others, right?
Mm,
And
mhm.
being coach or just willing to hear people with new ideas and things like that. All right, so what else that I would like to, know about you is like how do you collaborate with other professionals in the real estate field so that you can provide comprehensive service to your clients?
Okay, yeah, so I have a long relationship with several loan officers. I mean, like since I got my license, title companies, inspectors, um, what other services? contractors, like sometimes a client might need something repaired, um, investors, somebody who might be looking for cash properties. So I try to maintain relationships with people because you never know what services you might need or what services your clients might need. Like sometimes my client, like when I close on a house, my client says, okay, you know anybody that can hang a TV on a wall? Well, for my other client that I closed several years ago, I've been using her electrician to hang all my TVs on every wall. And so I always refer him because he's so good.
Mm,
So even with some people, they give you good referrals and you keep those. And that's a professional relationship because he can, he's gonna get business. I appreciate him because then my clients get a good product. They kind of like, oh, well, Kendra, she kind of like knows, who to call.
exactly.
So yeah, that helps me out too, because especially if they do a good job, they appreciate that they got, a good service. So I try to, if I find someone who does good work, I try to maintain their relationship and send them referrals, and hopefully, they do the same for me too.
Yeah, really good because especially as a realtor, you want to have a lot of different vendors, right? And that does a good job, like you said, right?
Mhm,
And
mhm,
that you can refer to your clients, and then in return, they can also support you too in growing your business, right? Referring clients to you.
mhm.
Um, right. So really great. Just a couple more questions before we end this interview. What are your professional goals for the next 5 years, and how do you plan to achieve them?
My goal right now is just to stay in real estate because I mean it's so tempting now. I mean, the market is not as good as it was, and it's very tempting. I even discussed with my husband, I'm like, okay, like if the real estate market doesn't pick up in a couple of years, should I just go, because I work pharmacy
Mhm.
part-time. I don't work full-time anymore. And I was like, should I just go back to the pharmacy full-time? And he was like, you don't have to do that. He's like, what you can do is just, pick up shifts here and there depending on how real estate goes. He really doesn't want me to go back because if I go back and I leave this, all I'm gonna do is complain. Oh, why did I leave real estate? I don't like pharmacy, because this is
Mhm.
what I really want to do.
Mhm.
And, so he tries to keep me from doing that because all I'm going to do is go back and complain. So my goal right now is just to stay in it. I just want to stay in. I want to weather the storm. So like in 2000, 2008, when it was crashing and a lot of agents left, people stayed in it. I want to be those people. I want to stay in it.
Yes, yeah.
Weather the storm
Uh-huh.
and come out on the other side. That's my only goal right now.
Right, good, good. And you've done it before, so you can
Right.
do it again, right? And it's normal, like
Mhm,
it's normal to have thoughts about, quitting or getting out the
mhm,
industry. It's normal because, in real estate, you are an entrepreneur, right? And your
mhm,
business sometime is you're gonna have sometime you have a space where you have a lot of clients and sometime you don't. And it takes a really, really fearless and unstoppable kind of human being to be a realtor. And you've done
yeah,
that. You've been doing that. And
mhm,
doesn't mean that you're not human, that you don't have thoughts about getting out when it's slowing down, right? So
mhm.
it is all part of it, right?
And the
Part of
only thing that
the
keeps
journey.
me going is whenever I think about giving up, somebody will call me, be like, my house almost about ready. And I'd be like, I guess I'm not stopping right now.
Yeah, that's a sign. You're not going anywhere. That's a sign,
Right.
right? Right. So, all right. So, one last question in here. What advice would you give to aspiring real estate agent who wish to excel in this industry? And yes.
Stay positive because one thing, it's easy to be negative,
Mhm.
but it only take one phone call. That's what I tell myself every day. I get on the phone, I'm calling these people, trying to get, a listing, and all I need is one. All I need is one. Out of all of these people, all I need is one. I got um 3 prospects that I did for sale by owner that I did visit this week, and all I need is one. I just need one. Of course, they're not ready right now. They're not looking for an agent right now, but I just need one, yes, and that's it. So I always say, I'll tell myself that real estate, you get lucky one day.
Mhm.
You're out, you meet someone, they got a house. They know somebody who looking for a house. They got a friend. You just like the lady my client, um, she had recently lost her job. She got laid off with the Alamo movie theater. She was like in the over the catering department at the Alamo movie theater and it went bankrupt. And she was looking for a house at the time when it went bankrupt, and she contacted me and said that I thought that it was over because she didn't have a job, and
Mhm.
she actually has money saved to buy cash home that she had been saving for her retirement. But the way she said things are going, she think it might be more beneficial for her to just pay cash for a home. So just like things like that just might change. You just only need one phone call, So that's what I do. I just stay positive and I tell myself, I learned that in a real estate class. The guy told me, he says, in real estate, sometimes you just got to be lucky. You
Mm.
it only take one phone call. As long as you're doing something real estate related every day, do something real estate related. Call somebody, go look at a house, go to an open house, go to a realtor event, do something every day. Talk about real estate to someone. As long as you do something every day, you might just get lucky.
I love that. I love
Mhm,
that. I love that. That is a really huge reminder, right?
mhm,
Just like it's because when we stop talking about real estate, when we stop taking action around real estate, it just dead. It's dead because and
mhm,
I love that advice that you're giving to the realtors out there. Uh,
mhm.
so, just in the last, I don't know, 30 something minutes or so that we've been together, I really just want to summarize and to, the other agents who are learning from you and customer buyers or sellers are looking either to sell their home or buy their home is that you're someone who is real. If you're looking for a realtor that will follow through on what she said and will do what there is to do for you to get the home that you pay for, with impeccability and excellence and integrity and your commitment to customer satisfaction. I really love that, you're willing to, it's not that you're going to be mean about things, but you actually are going to follow through and do the things that you promise to your customer. So if you're looking for this an amazing realtor that have your back, that be able to follow through and get things done, how do they contact you as far as buying and selling?
Okay, you can visit me on my website, kendraprevost.com. You could also contact me 214-228-9930. I'm easily accessible I think I have KP Real Estate Group on Facebook as well. So I'm available. Contact me, all your real estate needs. I'll be happy to help.
There you go. That's how you contact Kendra. And is there anything else you want to say before we stop their interview or complete the
Um,
interview?
Oh, just that, in real estate, a lot of people try to get into real estate because they think it's all about money and flash and all that. I haven't seen all of that flash and money. I think the people who really stay in real estate are just dedicated people. And if you just concentrate on helping people, then the money will come. So that's always been my focus is just helping people. I don't concentrate on being flashy or just handling I think a lot of realtors might be taking in more clients than they could actually handle and they're not giving good service. So what I do is I concentrate on, giving, outstanding customer service, educating myself always on what's going on and also staying positive. I think that if you stay positive with your client, they're more likely to close the deal knowing that you are positive and you say if she say it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So, just stay positive. That's the main thing.
Well, thank you so much, Kendra, for taking the time so that as uh, other agents or buyers, a seller, potential buyer, seller can get to know you, and know what you provide, know what you're committed to. So thank you so much for making yourself public and known, for what you care about. And thank you for all the clients and customer that you work with to find their dream home, their investment, to sell their house, and all that you do that actually make a massive difference for people, for hundreds of people that you have worked with over the years. So thank you for who you are. All right.
And
So
thank you too, Chi, for coaching me and motivating me and, you know, um, keeping us on track. I really do appreciate that because anybody can get off track. So, you just have to fess up to it and make the steps to get back on track.
exactly, exactly. So that and it's really powerful to have accountability, and you're someone who is willing to be
Mhm.
accountable. So there you go. Again, thank you.
Thank you.